last but not least, we're gonna now display the content of the cart in the cart view. But remember that we are missing something in the cart view. So let's go back here to our controller, and our controller is missing the index view results. So we have to add the index view results. Let's add that to the very top here. We have to say public view results, which is called index. It has one parameter, which is the return URL. Now, by doing so, this action will work fine, and this action will work fine as well, which we're sending the URL, the return URL parameter. So here we have the implementation of the index, and we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna return view, and then we're gonna send to this view a new view model. Now, we have not created this view model yet, but we're just gonna put it here, which will be called cart index view model. We have not created this view model yet, but let's just add it here, and it will have a cart parameter, which we're gonna get from the getCart method. And we also have a return URL parameter, which will get this return URL. Now we have to define our cart index view model. So the cart index view model will be the model used to transfer the information from the controller cart, from the cart controller, to the view to the cart view. So we still need to create the index view in the cart index view model. Let's start with the cart index view model. So let's go to our models. Let's open our view models, and let's add this new view model to it. So I'm just gonna right click, add new class. I'm gonna add this as cart index view model. I'm gonna add, and then it will just have two properties. One is for the cart and one is for the return URL. So we have here the cart and the return URL. Great, but it's still complaining about this, so we might be missing one namespace at the top, which is the models.viewModels. And now it should be okay. Now I just need to capitalize this properly here, and we are fine. So we have created our cart index view model. Now we have to create our index view. So we have to go to our views. We have to go and create a new folder. Guess what the name of the folder is? Cart. So we're gonna have to create a cart folder, and in that folder we have to create our index view. So we're gonna add a new item. I'm gonna go to web, razor view, its index, it's already okay there. I'm gonna click add, and I just get rid of what is there. Guess what's the model of our index.cs HTML, our view here? The model is what we have, the model that we have just created. It's our cart index view model. So we're gonna say add model, and then we're gonna set the model here. Now, this model has two things, the return URL and the cart itself. So what you're gonna be doing in this view is a very simple table that will list down the items of the cart. So we're gonna put here a title for this view. You're gonna say that this is your cart, and then we're gonna use a table. You're gonna put a table, an HTML table. This HTML table has a particular formatting for the class that are bootstrapped related. It has a header. It shows the quantity, the item, the price, and the subtotal. Subtotal is the quantity times price. So that's the header. Now we're gonna have a loop here. We're gonna have the t-body, and we're gonna have, let me close already the table so this can look a little bit better. And then we're gonna have a closing t-body here. Now, what will be inside the t-body? Well, we're gonna have a loop. We're gonna have a for each loop that will go line by line. So we can do something like this. We can say cart line. So for each, this is wrong. So cart line, we can say line in model dot cart dot lines, and then we have to, this is still wrong, we have to close our loop. So let's see here. This could also be just var. There's no difference here. And then we have to add the different lines. So I'm just gonna copy a little bit of HTML from here. And as you can see, we add the quantity for each line, the product name, the price of the products, and then we multiply. We multiply the quantity of that product times its price. We format that as a dollar amount, a monetary amount, and this is what goes on each one of the lines. Now we are missing the last line here. The last line, which is the t-footer. We're gonna show the total amount for the cards. So you're just gonna have one column that spans for 3 columns. So we have total, and then we have the total value here, which is, remember, we have created this method here for the cart, which computes the total value for the cart, which is a sum of quantity times price. And we format that as a monetary value by using toString and sending C as the parameter, as the formatting parameter. So with that, how about we finally have a look at how this is looking like? Okay, so our beautiful application is running, and again, we can filter, we can browse, we can page. And if we go back here, I can say, I want to add to the cart. So let's add a few items. So soccer ball, let's add to the cart. You see, it moves just to view the cart. It shows the quantity. If I go back to home, I can add another item. And I just realized we're missing something. We're missing the button at the bottom called continue shopping. So let's close this and add that. So the button is placed here after the list of items in the cart, and it's just a div which is centered. It has a link which is formatted with bootstrap classes, and we have the href, which is the return URL to continue shopping. So let's run this again. So let's try this again. We're gonna add a kayak, and then we see, now we can see continue shopping, which goes back. And then let's say if I have soccer selected, if I add this corner flag, if I click continue shopping, it goes back to soccer where it was before. And I can add it again. And now you can see that there are 2 items. Now you see that subtotal is the multiplication of 2 times 34.5. Then we have the total amount, and we can continue shopping. And that's it. That's what this step has accomplished. We are now able to browse categories. We are now able to add to the cart, and now we are able to add category navigation, and we built the shopping cart where we can add items to the shopping cart. Next, we're going to be talking about how to remove items and to do other advanced things with our shopping cart.